Hey guys, it's your boy Hache. We're back once again, and today I have a very interesting matchup to go over today. Today I'm going to go over who would win in a fight between Odin, the All-Father, the SkyFather level being, against the Man of Steel, the last son of Krypton, the symbol of hope in the DC universe, Superman, Kal-El. I think this is a very interesting battle. I think Odin and Superman are very much comparable in power, which is why I'm doing this matchup. So yeah, we're gonna go over their feats, their scaling, and then I'll go over who I think wins the fight and how I think the fight goes. First, we're gonna go over Superman. We're gonna go over Superman's various feats that he's performed in comics, and then we'll go over Odin and see what Odin has done. But first, we're gonna go over what Superman has been able to accomplish in most of his feats and stuff like that. So let's get into it. So Superman has shown he's able to fight and handle a dark side, and also he's able to withstand dark side's omega beams, which are able to erase you from existence. And Superman has shown to be able to resist that and shown resistance to that on a consistent basis. And then another feat, which is very, very impressive, is so Atlas is wants to see his daughter's wedding, and he calls upon Superman to hold up the heavens the heavens. So you can interpret this feat various ways, going by DC's cosmology, as the God Sphere heaven, which would be this would be the Greek realm of the God Sphere. You can interpret this as being like Superman's holding the God Sphere, which could be creation, or you could say Superman's just holding the Greek realm of the God Sphere, but Superman still is able to hold he's still able to hold some form of creation, which is a pretty crazy strength feat for Superman, but he is able to hold creation. And then in this run, Superman's able to one-shot the World Forger, which would put him in high universal for AP, because this would make him have a higher AP than Mr. Mixie. And then I believe later in this run, they talk about how World Forger talks about how Superman is if he gains the power of Superman, or this Superman, he can power up a sixth dimensional being, and we know Mixie is fifth dimensional. Now don't pay attention to those names, because how DC's cosmology works, those are only titles. That's not how they scale. But yeah, this would be a high universal feat for Superman, or layers into high universal for Superman, that he's able to one shot the World Forger. And this, like I said, would put him in the AP range of Mr. Mixie or beyond that. And even Batman didn't even know if Superman if he was able to do or perform such a feat. And we see here that World Forger is shocked that Batman's Superman just does stuff that makes me feel illogical. And then some more feats for Superman is Superman is also able to battle Superboy Prime, and we know Superboy Prime has impressive feats in his own right. But yeah, Superman's able to battle Superboy Prime, who is another Superboy Prime is layers into high universal. He's probably way stronger than that, but Superman's able to put up a fight with his double against Superboy Prime. And then Superman is able to destroy the Phantom Zone, which is a very impressive feat, because not too many people in DC can escape the Phantom Zone. And then Superman was able to caught up and destroy Reality Blitzing missiles. So this is a very impressive speed feat. And then Superman is able to keep up with two flashes that can move through time and timeline. So this would make Superman have high immeasurable speed, because he's able to keep up with these two flashes, which they can move at that speed. and he's able to keep up with the Flash and Jay Garrett, who, like I said, who casually have high immeasurable speeds and sometimes irrelevant speed. And then here, Superman is able to move through the source wall, and like SkyFather is like, I don't know how you're able to move through the source wall. Like the source wall is like, it's like an outer-versal realm, but it's like layers into it's layers into outer-versal. So Superman's able to like move within a high outer-versal realm, and SkyFather is like I don't know, like not too many people like in DC that can actually move through this realm. And then it's a realm that just like speed is irrelevant like in this realm. So this would make Superman have like this would be an irrelevant speed feat for Superman, which is a very impressive feat for Superman. So yeah, I would say like Superman should have like I said, high outer-versal levels of AP, layers into high outer-versal, and he should have irrelevant speed due to being able to move through the source wall. But now we're going to talk about Odin, the SkyFather level being, what Odin has done, what Odin has accomplished. So I'm going to go into Odin's feats. So what's also important is that Odin, he's one of the 5 most powerful gods, and it stated here that Odin can destroy the entire multiverse if Marvel's multiverse if he wanted to. Which this is consistent when we go over Odin's later feats. So here Odin is able to one-shot Hela, and Hela is a being who's been able to like put up a fight and combat Mephisto. So this is a very impressive feat for Odin. And then Odin is able to manhandle Thanos and prove that he is superior to Thanos. And Thanos is strong in his own right, and Odin has proved he's been able to handle Thanos on a consistent basis. And then here, during Odin and Seth's fight, they were threatening the Marvel multiverse, which Doctor Strange confirms that they were going to destroy the fabric of the multiverse. So this would be an outer-versal plus like feat, because due to Marvel's cosmology, this would make this feat like layers into outer-versal. And then again, like I said, this would make Odin into layers of outer-versal. Probably would make Odin high outer-versal because Marvel's cosmology. This would mean that Seth and Odin are they're threatening all of the Marvel multiverse, which would include all the different realms and all of that. So this would make it a high outer-versal level feat, because they're threatening Marvel multiverse and they're threatening various realms and stuff like that. And then Odin is able to nullify a fire that was going to destroy the world tree, and the world tree is has various realms that are they're beyond conception, dualities. It's beyond the concept of all dimensions, like time and space and all of that. So this would make the world tree itself outer-versal plus, and Odin's able to do this very casually. This proves what I said before, that Odin at his peak would be high outer-versal if he can nullify this fire that's outer-versal plus very casually. And like I said, the world tree is beyond the concept of time, space, and all dimensions itself. And then Odin is able to get into a battle of telepathy with Galactus for a little bit. So this is a very impressive feat for Odin, that he's able to get into a telepathy with Galactus. And then Galactus sometimes, in his higher showings, I believe Adam Warlock compared Galactus's soul, aura, or just his soul in general to eternity. And obviously, I'm not saying Odin's not on Galactus' level, but he would scale to that to a certain degree. And then Odin is able to battle Infinity. So, like I said, this would go consistently with what I said about Galactus being comparable to Infinity. I'm not saying Galactus is on that level. I don't think he's consistently on that level. I'm just showing that Odin is able to battle infinite, so that means he was scaled to that level to a certain degree, and then he was scaled to eternity as well to a certain degree, a little bit for Odin. So, yeah, I think Odin should have high outer reversal AP, and due to being able to like one shot Hela and being able to keep up with Galactus to a little bit, and being able to keep up with Infinity, he should have high and measurable speeds, probably even higher than that, due to like the Eternity and Infinity scaling for Odin. But yeah. So who do I think wins this fight between these two powerful beings, these two titans of their very powerful people in their own right in their different versions? So I think in terms of AP and strength, I think Superman slightly hits harder than Odin. I think Superman in his higher showings, being able to scale above like Mr. Mixie and the Anti-Monitor and World Forger is higher in my opinion than like Odin being like comparable or being able to put up a little bit of a fight against Galactus. And then even if you go with Odin's, like he's been able to fight Infinity and he was scaled to a certain degree to Eternity, I still think Superman I think his higher end feats just prove has more AP and strength than Odin. I just think Superman just hits harder. It has more AP and is more potent than Odin. And in terms of speed, I would say I think Superman is faster than Odin. DC has a very good. is really good with like speed scaling. I'm not saying people in Marvel are slow. Obviously not. I'm saying like I think Superman has better speed scaling than Odin, in my opinion. I don't think Superman blitzes Odin like at the start of the battle. I think like Odin can react to Superman, but like I think Superman is the faster between those two, and that would give Odin some trouble. And then in durability, I think Superman is slightly more durable because his AP and strength was scaled to his durability, or his AP was scaled to his durability. And then fight versatility and hacks, I think Odin has more hacks and more versatility than Superman. And then skill, I think Odin is more skilled and more he's just a better fighter than Superman in hand-to-hand combat. And then in intelligence, I would say I think Superman is smarter. I'm not saying Odin's dumb. Clearly I'm not saying that. Odin, has been around for millennia and has a lot of wisdom, but I think Superman just has a lot more higher IQ than Odin, and I think Superman has shown more IQ and intelligence feats than Odin. So I think Superman is smarter because of that. And then for stamina, I think they're both equal. I think they're both equal in stamina, in my opinion. So how do I see the fight going? I think Odin's versatility, hacks, and magic would give Superman a lot of trouble. I think Odin would definitely give Superman a lot of trouble, but I think for one, I think Superman would be able to adapt to Odin's magic, because people like to bring up, Superman is weak to magic. Okay, for one, and Odin's going to be slinging some really high tier godly magic at Superman, but Superman has shown that he can adapt to things that he's weaker to. Like again, Superman's been able to fight Black Adam, who's a really high tier magic user in DC, or who slings really high tier magic, and Superman's been able to best him and get the better of him. So I think Odin's magic would give him some trouble, but I think Superman would be able to dig deep and show adaptation and be able to get through that. And I think Superman would take this slightly, in my opinion, because I think Superman, due to his superior AP, speed, and him being smarter than Odin, I see Odin and Superman like going at it for I see them stalemating like at first for like a long period of time, but I think that raw power and speed and durability, I think that would get the better of Odin in my opinion. Odin can BFR Superman, he's gonna come back. And then again, I think Superman just scales. I think Superman's AP just scales a lot higher. It scales a little bit higher than Odin's. And Superman has a lot of hacks resistance. That some of Odin's hacks and versatility wouldn't work on Superman because Superman just has a lot of resistance to various stuff. Like Odin's telepathy that he used on Galactus, that's not going to work on Superman in my opinion. I think Superman has I just think Superman will be able to resist those. I just think Superman will be able to resist those hacks resistance. But you guys let me know your thoughts down below. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is your boy Hot Shotty B, and we're out. Peace.